If you're always broke, if you're always struggling, if you always seem to have more months left than you have money, if you're always getting tired of trying to make a $5 bill go where a $50 bill ought to go, then I want you to hear this. It doesn't have to be that way. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. My name is Mike. That's not anything important, but I used to have a dental. Well, I'm a dentist right now by profession, but I lost my dental license. Yes, I did. I lost it in the past, and I got it back. I'm a licensed dentist right now, and but I had to file bankruptcy. No one's fault but mine. I didn't handle my money properly, and as a result, I had to file. I had way more creditors than I had income, and I made a lot of money, but I did stupid things with it. And as a result of that, I had to file. But I've learned from that there are things you can do to prevent that. And so now what I'm doing is when I lost my license, like I said, I was working in as a 9 to 5 job and I was broke. I never had enough money at the end of the month. I was always living the paycheck to paychecks and I was always struggling financially. And it was during that time that I was broke, I started reading the Bible. Now, I'm not here to convert you, or I'm not a biblical scholar or anything like that. I'm just telling you what will work for me. And you don't have to start things over financially. Let me tell you what I did, and hopefully it'll help you as well. Okay, here's what happens. Being broke is not always about money. It's about decisions and habits and mindset. And sometimes it's about avoiding the truth. You have to look in the mirror and say, I'm not being very responsible with what I've been given. I'm spending more than I've been receiving. And as a result of that, I've created the problem that I have. You have to take responsibility. That's not fun. I'm not trying to make this into a game or anything, but being broke is serious. And it's no one else's fault but yours and mine. I had to realize that. So what I'm doing is I've learned lessons and I'm telling everybody what I've done and hopefully it'll help you. If it helps one person, that's the whole point of this discussion. So this is what I've done. I realized that I wasn't just dealing with a financial problem, that I was dealing with a life problem. The way I made decisions, the way I handled pressure, the way I handled setbacks, all of that mattered. The Bible talks about that. The Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And that's in Proverbs. I'm not here to convert you. I'm not here to be a religious scholar or anything like that. I'm an amateur when it comes to the Bible, as Jim Rome said. But I'm telling you what works for me. When I was struggling financially, I finally decided to just start reading the Bible. Why? Because everyone said it was, people I was around said it was working, and that's what I should do. I, I figured I had nothing to lose, so you know what? I began reading the Bible. And then after reading it, I began doing some of the things that it says. And you know what? It works. It works. There are principles and teachings in the Bible that'll make a difference in your life. And I'm not here to convert you or anything. But if you're serious about being sick and tired of being sick and tired, you might want to take up the Bible and start reading it. You don't have to, but I'm telling you, it works for me. And it more than likely will work for you as well. So, what I'm doing right now, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm stepping into things I never thought. But this is not about me. This is about what you can do. What you can do. Jim Rome, one of my persons I listen to on video, on audio tapes, says that one of the keys to getting out of financial struggles is to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now, I didn't say that. Jim Rohn said that. And I took that to heart to mean that work on your job, whatever job you have, give it your honest effort. Do your 9 to 5, your 10 to 6, your 11 to 7s, or your midnight graveyards. Do that to your best of your ability. But you have free time. When you have free time, pick a skill, pick a trade, pick a desire that you really want to be, and learn all about that and get really good at it. Learn the insides and outs about that. Get really skillful in that profession. And you'd be surprised how the skills that you learn in your spare time will affect your income. Eventually, people are going to come start looking for you to pay you. That's a biblical principle. But one of the things you have to do is decide that I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm going to spend my time developing myself, developing my skill. Like, say you really want to be, for example, you want to be I don't know, you want to be a paramedic in your spare time, for example. So but you're working at Chick-fil-A. No disrespect to Chick-fil-A, is a great place. Love the chicken sandwiches. But you work at Chick-fil-A, for example. Okay, do your 9 to 5 at Chick-fil-A. When you come home, get into those books, watch those videos, listen to tapes, learn how to be the best paramedic you can be. Then you study for your exams. I'm sure there are exams to get involved in that and learn about all that and get all those skills. And eventually you'll have your goal because that's what you wanted. You use your spare time to get better. You're making a lot more money because you use your spare time to get better at something you really want to be. So just because you're broke now, it's not the end. It's just the beginning. Broke is temporary. Poverty, there's a difference between poverty and being broke. Poverty is usually a permanent. Broke is a mindset. Broke is usually, from what I understand, broke is usually temporary, but poverty is more of a mindset. It's like this is the way it's going to be. It's not my words. It's the words that I've heard from different mentors. So I'm here to tell you what I've learned and what I did. What you can do is also I began looking around for different ways or methods to earn income differently. I noticed back then when I was working my 9 to 5, I only had one income stream. Nothing wrong with that, but I realized that a lot of wealthier people have several different income streams. So I ran across a guy named Myron Golden, MyronGolden, Myron Golden. And he had this thing called the Make More Offers Challenge. And I studied that and got involved in that. And I'm really, really impressed with the results that I've gotten. So I'm telling everyone about it. I put a link in the description. If you're interested, click on that, read about it. I'm not here to solicit you or if you can get you to join. If you want to join, that's up to you. If you don't want to join, that's totally fine. But if you want more information, click on the link. You'll find out more about it. As an affiliate, if you do join, I'm paid a small compensation as an affiliate, but you're not paying for that. It's coming from Myron Golden and his company. But that's one of the ways that I learned to get out of the financial mess I was in. I learned to not have money trading hours for dollars. I learned how to make money by making offers. And you can do the very same thing too. So listen, in closing, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick and tired of trying to make a $5 bill go where a $50 bill ought to go, if you're sick and tired of your kids or your loved ones, looking at you for financial results, if you're getting up in age and you don't have the health care you want or the insurance you want, you can do something about it. Nothing is permanent. What I want you to do is start taking action. Do things differently. Don't stay on the same path. Do something different. Don't make excuses. Decide what you want and start taking steps. Don't worry about the obstacles. Just say, you know what, from this point on, I will no longer be sick and tired of being sick and tired financially. I'm going to make my way. I'm going to be a benefit to me and all those around me as well. And you can do it. It's not too late. I did it, and you can do it just as well. So that's all I have for you today. Oh, by the way, in the description down below, click a thumbs up for this channel, click a thumbs down. Either one's fine. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, great. Put in the description put it in the comments what you like and what you don't like. Negative comments, I love them because it tells me what I can do to make the channel better for others. So if you don't like it, you don't like me, you don't like my shirt or the way I talk, that's fine. I can deal with that. Put it in the comments and I'll make the channel better for other people. So by the negative comments, it benefits others. So that's fine. Anyway, I'm Mike, and I'll be right back here next week to discuss more in details what you can do to get out of this financial mess that you're in. I'll tell you a lot of the things that I've done and what I'm doing now, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Thanks. Bye.